filter function. So in the case of filter function, you can use the first argument as a table, and followed by that you can specify the filter condition. Okay, the Boolean expression. Okay, even the filter function returns a table like calculate table, but the difference is filter function is not helpful in terms of modifying the filter context. Okay, so it is both a table function as well as an iterator function. You need to remember this very much when it comes to filter function. It returns a table. It's a table function, and also it's an iterator function. So iterator is row by row, it performs the operation. Okay. I told you, right? So the function that ends with x, those are the iterator function, but there is an exception. Even in the case of filter, the filter function also, it is kind of a iterator function, and it operates row by row. Okay. So now look here, this is your calculate function. Inside the calculate function also you can use a filter function, or else you can use the filter function separately. You don't have to wrap the filter function using the calculate function. But here, the idea here is, let's say you are creating a measure, sales is more than 200. This is your measure, right? The sum of sales. In the filter function here, what will happen is first the filter will get applied. All the sales amount that are more than 200 will get filtered into a virtual table. On top of this table, it will apply the total or the sum function, sum or average, whatever the aggregation function that you want to use it, you can use it. It is somewhat similar to your calculate table. It returns a table. You are taking the subset of the data. So rather than working on the entire data, 1 billion data, if you work only on a 1 million records, the performance will be faster, right? Your report visuals will get populated in a pretty fast manner. So in that kind of situation, the filter function is very much helpful. Calculate table is also very much helpful, but with calculate table, you can override the filter context, whereas with the filter function, you cannot override you cannot modify the filter context. Okay. So I'll just go over here and I'll show you how to use filter function. Go to modeling ribbon and then click on the new table. Sorry, here modeling new table. Filter function, the table name is sales underscore W04, comma, here country is equivalent to, for example, here you mentioned United States. The filter function also returns a table. See here, you might have noticed, I clicked on new table. Okay, here I just go to the data view. And here the table name, for the sake of your understanding, see, don't ever use filter table on a real world scenario. You need to give some name here, or you can specify directly United States data or something like that. Okay. So here you can see the country. Where is the country here? Yeah, country United States. You can see it here, right? So with filter function and calculate table function also, you can create a table. You can create a subset of the table. Okay, fine. But like calculate table, can I use the filter function as part of my measure? That is also possible. I just copy this in the interest of time. And now I'm going to click on the new measure. So I can wrap the filter function as part of my calculate function. Okay, here I'm using the measure here. So they calculate, and this one is my filter function. Okay, and this one is my filter function. Okay, now I just press enter. Okay, it got created. Okay, and here I just go back here. So I will just duplicate this page, right click on it, duplicate the same thing. And here I don't need this visuals, very lengthy one. I just delete it. See, all these are demonstration purpose. We are doing it. Even the real world scenario, once you get assigned a project, try to save the time by reusing whatever thing that you want to reuse it, you can reuse it. Okay, don't create everything from the scratch. Look here, sales in United Kingdom, right? Okay, so here, sorry, the filter, United Kingdom, we will use it so that we can compare it side by side. So this one, I just drop it here. Both of them show the same answer. So what is this one? What is happening here? So what is sales in United Kingdom? What does it have in it? In this case, simple calculate function, I used it. Sales in United Kingdom. Okay, I don't remember which one. Okay, calculate table. United Kingdom. And then one more thing is required. Okay. One is calculate table, other one is the filter function. And here I'm going to select furniture. Yeah, before applying the filter, if you compare the sales in unit, this measure and this measure, both of them displaying the same value, right? So this calculate function, in this calculate function, I have used the calculate table. In this calculate function, I have used the filter function. Kirti, did I say that way? Calculate and filter acts the same. Did I say that way? No, right? Somewhat similar. I said calculate and filter is somewhat similar, but using calculate table function. See, calculate and filter. First of all, calculate and filter function, it is not working the same way. Please watch my video again, okay? calculate and filter. Did I say that way? Calculate and filter function. See, filter without using the calculate function, you can use a filter. Please concentrate here. Okay. If you can use a filter function without the help of calculate function. Okay. Yeah, no, that too, somewhat similar. Calculate table and filter are somewhat similar. I did not say calculate and filter are same, right? I did not say that way. But you can use a filter as part of your calculate function. Okay. It is not same. Okay. Please understand correctly. Uh, the filter function, you can use it without the help of calculate function. Okay. Like calculate table function. Remember this, calculate table and filter, not calculate and filter same. Filter and calculate table is somewhat similar, not exactly similar. Okay. The difference is, I'll show you now. See now, here, you just look at here. First watch this one so that you'll be able to understand clearly. Forget about everything, okay? So here I've used what? In this measure, I have used the calculate table function. Here I use the filter function. So now, both of them are showed the same value. So here I'm going to select the furniture. I'm going to select the technology. Still, these two are showing the same value. Very good, right? So for example, when I select, in addition to that, if I select Afghanistan, what happened? What happened? This filter function, which I used it here, it is not showing anything. But still here, this calculate table function, which I used it as part of my calculate function, it is modifying or it is overriding the existing filter context. Still, it shows my United Kingdom says, whereas here, since the filter function does not override the existing filter, right? Still, it is applying this. It checks blindly. Is this, Afghanistan? Sorry, is this United Kingdom? No. Hence, it put, nothing here. But if I go and select United Kingdom here, I just show you. Previously it was very much helpful. Now they made it. Let me do one thing. I just go here and search. Select the search, and then here we will do one thing. United Kingdom. Only when you select the United Kingdom, this one shows this one, right? This value here. So total is. If I select United Arab countries, it has gone. Only when you select the United Kingdom, this one get displayed. So with this itself, you can understand the filter function is not overriding the existing filter context. Okay, it is not modifying the filter context. Which one? The filter function, whereas the calculate table override the filter context. Got it? So now you understood what is calculate table function and what is filter function. Without using the calculate function, you can use both calculate table or filter function to create a subset of the table or subset of the data. Okay, so usually to take the subset of the data, we use these two functions. But the advantage of the filter function is, see, the calculate table function, it will override the filter context. But here, it is not overriding the filter context. Okay, that is the difference between these two. What is the difference between table filter expression and Boolean filter? Boolean filter, it is something like where country equal to United States or country equal to United Kingdom, whichever records matching with the country equal to the specified country. For example, United States, only that record will become true. Those records are returning true, that one will be selected. Okay. In the case of table filter function, right, in the table filter expression also, we are using the Boolean filter only. But here we are using the filter function. The filter function is an iterate. It is not only returning a table, but also it iterates row by row. For example, in my calculate function, when I use the filter function, what happens? It applies the filter on the data set, given data set, and only the subset of the data, it iterates row by row. For example, I want to evaluate an expression row by row, right? That kind of situation, the filter function is very much helpful. The table filter expression, the filter function, okay, it returns a table, filters a table, right? Filters a table and return the table. The Boolean expression filters the columns or measures and returns true or false values for each row or data point. Okay, Boolean expression. Boolean expression filters columns. Country equal to column is a country, right? In the previous example, country equal to United States. Measures, can we filter the Boolean? Okay, let me do one thing. I think there is a disagreement here. Let me do one thing here. The sales in United Kingdom, isn't it? Sales in United Kingdom measure. So not this one. Sales in United Kingdom, right? So here, calculate table. As I told you, can apply more than one filter also. Here, can I use something like this? Greater than. Will it work? Can someone tell me, will it work? Can I use a measure to filter the data here? Column, you can use a column name to filter it, but measure you cannot filter it, right? You cannot use a measure to filter the data. No, here, greater than 2000, correct, right? Okay, let me do one thing. So I'm modifying this script. Okay, let me do one thing. I don't want to modify this so that you can, one second, I'll remove this. Here I just put M1 and here I'm going to remove. Why we need to use calculate table? I'm going to use it directly here. United Kingdom. So this one you need to check with that one with the DAX Studio to compare which one is better in terms of performance. Okay, Boolean filter or calculate table. You can check it out. I will show you how to use the DAX Studio in the next session. Okay, here. Can you use like this? Can I use a measure to do the filtering? Wait, the first filter is this one. Second one is the total, right? So, okay, here, okay, it is an additional column. It will not work. I think there is a mistake there. Okay, so any of you will ignore this one. So you got the interview question, right? Here, column, okay, and returns true or false. You can use the Boolean expression. Boolean expression filters the columns and returns true or false. There is problem here, okay? So that is a tricky question. They'll ask you the interview. Can I use a measure to filter the data? It is not possible. If you wanted to use, if you want to filter anything based on a column, you have to create a calculator column. If the column is already there, you can use it to do the filter, but you cannot use the measure to filter the data. Fine. To summarize, the difference between filter and calculate table is both of them returns a table. You can use these two functions separately, or you can use it as part of the calculate function. But calculate, so unlike filter function, the calculate table modifies the filter context. That's all. Okay, these are the difference.